Hi, I'm Isaac Raz from PPR Studio, and today I'm going to be talking about how we attracted and addressed our target audience for our thriller film. So, our target audience, I'll just reiterate, was 15 to 25-year-olds and predominantly male, but we wanted it also to appeal to female audiences. And when we were coming up with like the storyline for the thriller film, we found a good way to do that. So I'll just go through the ways that we did it with age, and the main way that we wanted it to appeal is the fact that we actually used a 17-year-old character. So having quite a young character, and something that people can relate to as well, because she was going out to meet this person and then was attacked. And we think that will not just like appeal to more people because they know it's somebody of a similar age, and they're kind of like more interested to see how that person would react, and because almost like they can be put in their shoes and almost question how they would react as well because it's of a similar age, and question things that it'll just make them feel a lot more nervous. But not just that it would appeal to them, but it would make them, when they watch the film, like the film a lot more, which would be really, really good. And that's more about addressing the audience, because when they're actually sitting in the seats, like they've obviously been drawn into it by like the kind of the idea of the thriller film, but now when they're sitting there, they're going to be able to relate to it a lot more and almost like walk in the person's footsteps, because they've done very like similar things. They've been out, 17, it's quite a specific age. I mean, you could have had it at 18 or 19 or 15, but it's kind of at that age where you're going out into the world because you're like thinking about things like maybe uni or your future job or stuff like that, but you're still in education. It's kind of that transition between education and like actually thinking about your future, and like being almost like a teenager and then going into being like an adult, and people feeling like because they're going to be 18 next year, they're going to actually want to become an adult now. And the way that we used that was we thought was quite clever, because it then meant that people in the audience are going to be able to easily relate to that kind of like wanting to meet new people and the reasons that actually brought the character Libby to this situation where she was attacked. So we do think that that will definitely attract our audience a lot more, and will make them feel a lot more nervous, and will be able to relate with the character more. Another way we did this, I talked in the previous video and just now about how we hoped that it would attract and relate to female audiences as well. And the way that we did that is simply we used the lead role as a girl, and particularly like a young girl. A lot of thriller films kind of perceive the girl to be the victim, and at the start she is the victim, but she survives from it, and she kind of like, through the rest of the film, she will like take control of what is happening, and she's starting to realise who this killer is. But she didn't scream, she just like walked away. She dealt with it in quite a brave way, in quite a clever way, because she obviously didn't want the killer to know that at the end of the opening, she doesn't want the killer to know that she knows that it was him, or that she thinks it was him, or whoever it was. So instead of like just feeling like somebody should save her, she actually took control of it, which was like a different approach to a lot of the stereotypes used in thriller films for young girls. And that will be a good way to attract female audiences as well, because they're going to be able to relate to the girl at first, going out, dressing the way she dresses, being 17 and wanting to kind of like meet new people, and feeling maybe a bit more mature than boys, which is sometimes quite common in young girls, and kind of wanting to like break away from this kind of like old like habits, and just wanting to go out and, again, like I said, meet new people and stuff like that. And our female audience would hopefully relate to it more and feel like it's something that they're actually going to be interested in to see how this person copes. So definitely having her in the lead will attract our audience. So those are the ways that we attract and address our audience. Please look at the rest of our videos for more information.